Hey guys, how's it going? We're going to be talking about all sorts of things, let's be honest. But I wanted to talk about peace and trusting in the Lord. First of all, when we put trust in the Lord, we're putting trust in the person who's created everything you hear, see, think, breathe. Everything has been created by Him. Even the things that is man-made is using things God created first. So He's using the building blocks. So I wanted to read a portion of Matthew. It's Matthew 14. I think it starts in 22. Okay. Immediately he made the disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowds. And after he dismissed the crowds, he went up on a mountain by himself to pray. When the evening came, he was there alone, but the boat by this time was a long way from the land, beaten by the waves, for the wind was against them. And in the fourth watch of the night, he came to them walking on the sea. But when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified. "It is a ghost," they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." And Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water," he said. "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to the boat. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Jesus immediately reached out his hand and took hold of him, saying to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased, and those in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." So why I want to note this, when we put complete faith in God, doesn't matter how deep the water is, doesn't matter what wind it is, don't look at the things that could stop God. Don't look at the things that you see that's like, I could see this happening, that could deter what I think is going to happen, which is a blessing from God, right? Don't go like, okay, I'm walking out on this water. Complete act of faith, right? No one does that. And then you look around, you feel the wind start ramping up, and you look at the ground underneath you moving with the wind. And that's all water. That's you like looking at the obstacle. Like, I got to get my driver's license or something. Like, let's say like you're like, I got to get my driver's license, and you're like, oh, but like there's 50 something questions and it's like an hour-long test, driving with a person, and I'm not socially I just can't handle going and being social and stuff like that. I don't know. But look at how God will provide. Think about like how God could provide. Oh, there's probably this neat website. I bet, okay, God, please give me resources for learning how to do this thing properly. And there's so many times when I've asked God, hey, do you mind just helping me out learning this thing? And He's taught me entirely, actually everything I've done. Construction, spraying cabinets. I have paint on me, like spraying cabinets, construction, building jewelry, goldsmithing, silversmithing, setting gemstones. Everything I have been taught has been taught by the teacher. So don't worry about the thing that the devil says, this is an obstacle, this will get in your way. Nothing's going to get in the way of God blessing you except you having little faith, I think. Even then, I truly feel like God does bless us, because he sees that we tried. He sees our efforts. And I just wanted to note this. Also, why you should trust in God. It's like, it's so amazing how they did this, okay? How God did this. Like, quite literally, and I'll say this, there is 365 do not be afraid. Do not be afraid 365 times in the Bible. That tells me, and I've personally used this in a time in my life when I was very afraid of very many things, because there's a lot of new things happening, and I was doing a new construction job that I never did, and it was incredibly frightening. I was going up like four stories high scaffolding while moving something that's 10 feet long. It's like, yeah, things get to your head. But I would just say, okay, this is the time when I would be afraid. This is when I'm afraid. I'm going to use up one of my 365 do not be afraid. That means you have no reason to be afraid. Every single day of the year, you don't have a reason, because it says, do not be afraid. Every single day of the year, it says, do not be afraid. It's a reminder. It's beautiful. And how I see, oh, you have little faith. Why did you doubt? I read it in a specific way because I think a lot of people think God is demeaning and Jesus is demeaning, but he's not. I think he's like, oh, you have little faith. Like, why did you doubt? You know, or like, you know, it's like, I'm here. Why did you doubt? You know, like a father. I'm getting very father vibes off of this Jesus person. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm not gonna try to put humor in these videos. They're very serious. So take heart. It is I. Do not be afraid. It says something else about the Bible. I feel like the Spirit is urging me to share this too. Protect your heart with all your might. Protect your heart. Your heart beyond. Nope. Oh crap. I probably just paraphrased the crap out of that. Excuse me. We're gonna see how this goes. Oh, you got this, computer. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the spring of life. And I think that's interesting because scientifically accurate, but also it says in the Bible not to eat blood, but it also says, off of that verse, it's kind of like an offshoot, for in blood, for in it there is the life. One second. Do not eat blood. I'm just going down an absolute rabbit hole. You shall not eat flesh when with its life, that is its blood. So don't be doing that. But okay, the Lord wants us to remove anxieties. He wants us to shake them off, because these burdens are what kind of can separate us from Him. Oh, I'm thinking this thing, but that's not very holy to think. I gotta hide that from God, who sees everything, who sees what I'm thinking and what I'm hearing and what I'm saying and what I want to say but I'm not saying. And you think you're gonna try to hide something you should just be talking to God about. See, the thing is, right here, Philippians 4:6, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be made known to God. What I'm saying. Oh wait. there was more to that. Be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. There we go. I feel like I was missing something. This is interesting, and I think this is something we should all think about. So I'm going to leave the video on this verse, and I would love it if you commented what your thoughts were on it. James 3:18, and a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. So we're going to end on that. I'm going to say it one more time. And a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. I'm going to call that for the video. I think this is what I feel like God is wanting me to say, but it's going to take a little faith to post this one, because it's not perfect, but it is what it is, and I feel like God's telling me to show it. So may God bless you. Have peace. Live a peaceful life. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You don't need something special. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. You don't need to have what people think is special. The world thinks vain things are special. The world thinks, oh, I'll be loved if I have the new AirPod Pros. I'll be loved if I get those new Nikes. I can't wait to get that shark, what is it called? It's like shark tank top or whatever. I don't know. Like, I can't wait to get the new iPhone. This is hypocritical because I did get the new iPhone, but that's actually the kind of this, and also like talk to my fiance. So anyway, I want to get the new iPhone so I could show off my iPhone, show these photos and stuff like that. It's what I'm, you know what I'm saying? It's try to live comfortably and put God above you always, because he will bring you closer. We lean in on him and he leans in on us. How we do that? We can even say verbally, God, I don't know how to lean in on you, but I'm going to say, I'm leaning in on you. Please teach me how to do it properly. That's how simple prayer is, honestly. And like, I'm also going to say, if you're having a hard time praying, do the Father who art in heaven prayer. Look it up, do it. Copy into notes. That's what I do. And whenever I'm having a hard time praying, I'm having a hard time praying in the last 2 weeks. I've been having a very, very hard time praying. But I've started doing the Father, hallowed be thy name one, right? And it helps, because it's like, now we started a conversation. That's cool. Let's see what else is like rattling in my brain. And then he kind of brings up things that you're feeling, and then you kind of talk with him, and it's super special, super duper special. But I'm gonna let you go. God bless you. Can't wait to see you in heaven. Be well. All right. Love. Bye bye.